Hey everyone, this is Coach Kira here, and I wanted to come in and kind of give y'all a little crash course on how to escape your 9 to 5 and actually crush it. Just a little bit about me. I was a nobody in my mind, someone that was thinking I had to have the education, I had to work the 9 to 5 to build an actual living for my family. And then I slowly start to find out it's not always the case. You don't have to live a life that you're not happy with or work at a place that you're not valued at. So I became a coach. I wanted to coach people on changing their mindset, live the dreams that they've always wanted to live, and make things happen. Set the goals, set the action, plan the action, take action. So I'm all about action. I'm all about setting the goal and taking the action. So again, I'm Coach Kira. Hi, nice to meet you. So, I am a transformational life coach and I focus on helping you live your life by design. I am young, but I'm not that young. I know the picture looks pretty young, but trust and believe there's some age there, just so you know. So, I have the experience. I've been coaching for 5 years now. I'm actually pushing myself to do more videos, and I'm not a camera person, so when you do catch me on camera, just know I'm walking into my fears, and that's what you have to do to progress in life. So that is the way of life. So, what is this course really about? Who is this course really for? Do you dislike your 9 to 5? Are you not fulfilled in your day job? Can you imagine yourself doing your current job until retirement? If you answered no to any of these questions, then you're in the right place. Or if you answered yes, I think that's a typo. If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you're in the right place. This course is about providing necessary tools to walk away from your job. So, again, I'm not telling anybody to go and quit their jobs today. I'm saying this now, y'all, as a disclaimer. Kira Ford, Coach Kira, is telling you, don't just quit your job. I'm telling you how you can do it and make those plans to make it happen. So just so you know, don't go and quit your job today and say, oh, Coach Kira told you to quit. No, we're not saying that. What I'm saying is this course is going to teach you how to do it and successfully do it. So what's in it for me, y'all? To be perfectly honest, I was just like you. And I'm still gonna say I'm just like you. The only thing different is I'm not working a 9 to 5 and I'm coaching for a living. That is the only difference. I am constantly growing. I am still learning. I know I was all about following the rules. I wanted to go to school, make good grades. I was a nerd in school, you guys. I wanted to make sure I had perfect grades. If I had anything less of an A, that wasn't good enough for me. I would cry. I would get so upset. I went to college twice, got 2 degrees in fashion, moved to New York, built somewhat of a career, came back to Texas, and thinking that my career is just going to take off. It's still going to take off. And I was still stuck, y'all, at the bottom. And I was just not figuring out what it was. So if you listen to me, it's the fact that I was just like you. I can resonate with you. I am real and I'm going to be realistic at the same time. I'm not going to sell anybody false hopes. I'm not going to sell you a dream, but what I am going to do is give you the proper plan to make things happen so you can take action. So, a little bit about struggling with my career. I was just at the end of it all. I was done. Nothing was going well for me. I started this career in fashion. I had a fashion design degree and a fashion merchandising degree. After I got the fashion design degree, it was just not cutting it for me, you guys. It was just no. You couldn't find a job in fashion design in Dallas, Texas whatsoever. So I found the first job I could find, and I worked at the apparel mart and just did some wholesale with jewelry. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to get a second degree. I need that bachelor's degree in merchandising so I can be a buyer. There'll be more opportunities with a bachelor's degree. So I took the next step, got that degree, both graduated with honors, was on the dean's list, all of the bells and whistles, you guys. Then shortly after that, I realized that, okay, if I really want to make my mark in fashion, I really need to be in LA or New York. Something led me to New York. I think I flipped a coin, or I applied for jobs on both ends of the spectrum, and I said, whoever calls me, that's where fate will lead me. Ended up in New York. It was a great experience. I learned a lot. I moved back because I missed my family, you guys. Just letting you know, I'm real. And I just came on back, and my career was nowhere. It was still entry level positions. No one was trying to promote me. I was getting pay raises, but it was like my career was just stagnant, you guys. It was feeling like I was entry level for 8 to 10 years, and it just didn't make sense, and I knew I was capable of more. I would get the praise, I would get great reviews, but no promotion, no like high ups where you can start seeing some growth. It was like I just stayed in the spot. I expressed to them over and over, like, I'm ready to grow, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to take the next steps. What do I need to do? Still didn't work, you guys. I did what I had to do, and I just kept changing careers. I spent 4 years at one, spent another 4 years at another one, spent a year at the last one, and I was just done. That was 9 years of my life where it was like hopping from trying to get better and better, and it was better for the time being, but it still didn't take me anywhere. So I was like, okay, so what do I need to do? Where did I go wrong? So I was just kind of in this bad feeling that, okay, maybe I chose the wrong career, maybe I chose the wrong companies. Where did I go wrong? Because I was educated, I had the degrees to back me, but why isn't anything working for me? So I had to kind of backtrack from where I was into from where I began, of what was the discrepancy. And I started to figure it out, y'all. I started to decide, like, okay, is it people not valuing what I'm bringing to the table? Maybe I don't have the look that they want me to look. Maybe I need to dress differently. Maybe I need to smile more. Because I'm going to be honest, you guys, when I'm focused at work, I'm focused at work. I'm trying to get the job done. I'm not socializing as much. I'm not smiling and chatting at everybody's desk. That's not my forte. So I had to figure out, is it because I'm not friendly and they think I'm standoffish and they don't know if I want to grow? Is it the only time they talk to me is review time? So I had to figure out if it was any of those things, politics, whatever. So it was just me backtracking. So what was I doing wrong? Okay, what was I doing wrong? I think I personally didn't realize my own value. I'm going to own up to my accountability. I'm not going to put this all on everybody and every company I worked for, because at the end of the day, I'm the constant factor. They're the variable. So it was me. I wasn't knowing my own value. So if I don't know my true value, how is anyone else going to realize my true value? Does that make any sense to you guys? Like, this is the reason why I wasn't getting promoted, because yes, I was doing a good job and I know I was doing a good job, but did I own it? I don't think I owned it, you guys. I think I just was going through the motions, doing my job, heading home. I wasn't taking it the step further that I could have. I wasn't building those relationships with the higher ups like I should have. I did it at one company, but it just slowly kind of fell off with due time. And I think if I would have put more into it, I probably would have seen more growth. So after I realized what I was doing wrong and what was going on, I just realized I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of it. I had enough. Where was this going to end? Was I going to be this constant cycle of being in this rat race, constantly going from one job to the next job to the next job, how would I ever build stability if I'm leaving every 4 to 5 years? I won't be able to build stability with that kind of mindset. So I had to figure out something. I had to make a decision. Okay, what do I do from here? Do I leave the 9 to 5 for good? Do I go part-time just so I can have some money? Or do I just sit here at the job until I do figure it out? Those were my 3 options. I know those aren't much good options, but those were my legitimate options. I wanted to just say this in the middle of this before I tell you what my decision was. And I'm sure some of you already figured it out. But sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Tiptoe if you must, but take the step. So you guys, I took the step. It was a big step. It wasn't a tiptoe. It was a real huge step. I said I had enough. I picked the date, August 31st, and I'm going to leave my 9 to 5. I was going to be done. I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm going to make it work. I'm going to have some bumps in the road, but at least I'm treading on the right path. And I must make this statement, and I don't want y'all to feel like I'm judging anyone or trying to say something rude about people with jobs. I had a career for years, so I am not knocking a job. What I am saying, though, is if you're not happy building someone else's dreams and you are left to retire with X amount of dollars, then you need to start working on how you can build your own thing and make your own dreams a reality. I started thinking I spent over 10 years building someone else's dreams with not much 401k still built in there. Yes, it was only 10 years. I'm going to have to put a good extra 30, 40 to that to give it a good number. But that's why I was like thinking of that as well. If I outlive my 401k, what is that going to do for me? We have people that's retired going back to work. They're working at Walmart. They're working in fast food. They outlive their money. So if I could build something of my own and put those 10 years in driving my own business, making my own money, being in control of my own finances, I can determine how much I want to have before I leave, before I retire from my business. So instead of me just saying I'm only have 6 figures in my 401k and I'm just going to make that work for the rest of my life, I could probably be building something substantial and say, I want to make sure I have at least $10,000 put to the side so I can live how I want to live for the rest of my days. So just something to think about. So here we go, y'all. It's game time. We now at the point of it's overtime. We already have decided this is the date. I'm not deferring from this date. I'm not changing it. This is what it is. If I said August 31st, I meant it. And I wasn't going to change it because I'm getting scared or I'm getting cold feet. No, it's time now. I got the date. I'm going to work work backwards from that date of my game plan, my strategy. So this is where the course comes in. This might be where you want to maybe take a little notes now. I done told you my story, so this is how you have to do. So before you think about leaving your job, you must figure out how much money is going to take for you to survive. And what that means is you can either figure out how much money you're about to lose a week or a month. You can figure that out. Or you can add up all your finances, figure out if there's any finances that can be cut off, meaning Netflix, Hulu, any unnecessary bills that you can survive without. Or you can just replace your income and break down your income of what you're actually going to make or what you have been making and what you need to make in replace of it. So let's review some examples. So let's say Sarah's biweekly check. We're going to only look at net, y'all, because that's what you take home. We're not going to entertain gross. That's just in our dreams. Government and insurance took our gross. We're only looking at net income only. So her check comes out to be $13.06 and 87 cents on average, 10 working days. So we would divide her income, that net income, by 10, which is $130.68 a day. Now, for Sarah to sustain her lifestyle, she would need to make $130.68 a day for 10 business days, or she can work every day, so 14 days of the 2 weeks, and make sure she's making $93.35 for 14 days. That is how she replaces her income. So I always tell people, don't look at that big check you get, you guys. If you look at that big number, you're going to freak out and you're going to be like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make $1,200 or $1,300 every 2 weeks. Well, let's break it down by day. So if you only need $130 or $93, let's just go with the smaller number, $93 or $94 for every day for 14 days, that will replace your income. So that's when you would need to figure out, what vehicle am I going to find that will guarantee me $94 a day? So that's how you break down your current income. So let's find the vehicle. So what type of vehicle you want to ride to get to your next level? So I just want to use this metaphorically. So let's think of a car. A car, you can use your passion by spreading into numerous ventures, such as for being a photographer to take pictures for an event or milestones. A photographer can also be used for creativity to build their social media. A car could probably take you faster, depending on how you use it. That means you're trying it on different things. But if you're just one of those people, you just want to keep rolling, you can take the bike way and you can focus just on your passion and stay on one course. And as a photographer, you could just focus on being a photographer for wedding and events only, and just use your craft to build a good clientele that way. So a car, you can get there faster if you're doing different avenues with your passion. But if you just want to stay focused and stay on one course, pick what you love to do and focus on that and just build up from there. It might take some time. So like I said, before you quit your job, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have how much money you need to be making to survive and maintain your lifestyle. And you need to find a vehicle that's going to give you that money. So the next thing is handle your business. And what I mean by that, a lot of us don't think about our business. So you have insurance, you might have kids, or you have a spouse. You might need to have your medical and dental and life insurance together. You need to figure out, since if you got it through your job, how am I going to supplement getting my own private insurance for things that we need? Because you might have kids that really need medical insurance and can't just let it go. So start finding you an insurance broker and figuring out, okay, this is what I need. This is how much that's going to be. So you might have to find a separate vehicle that covers your insurance only. Just something to think about. Child care, animal care. I know a lot of y'all got, like I said, kids, animals. You might be used to work and you have to send your kids off for daycare so you can work from home or go out and hustle. So you got to figure out those things. You might not have to pay much for daycare or anything, but it's just something you might need to think about, as if you're working from home. You don't want your kids distracting you or your animals distracting you from getting your business done. So that's something you might be an extra expense that you're not thinking about, but you got to think about, is that's going to affect me hustling and getting things done? Your daily expenses, we forget about that. You have to account for that. So your gas, your groceries, your, things like that, the small stuff, gas, groceries, I'm running out of ideas. Though, you know what I mean, you guys, like those small bills, like things that might come up. Also, like, a life situation that might come up. You might get pregnant. You might get your wife pregnant or your girlfriend pregnant. You might have life situations, so you want to always have some type of savings for a life situation that might come up, because life does happen, you guys. It's not going to always be perfect, so want to plan accordingly in case. And then of course your car and home maintenance. So if you got a car, you got to get it serviced, you got to get the oil changed, you got to keep gas in it, you have to do the maintenance on your vehicles. Home, same thing. You got to get filters, you got to replace certain things in the home that break down. So you kind of need, again, another rainy day fund that is for your home and car maintenance. So my suggestion to that is, I would just make sure you pay yourself 10% and you divvy up that 10% every paycheck, and you put it in a mason jar or some type of envelope or something that's saying this is your rainy day fund, and it adds up as time go on until you reach your deadline date of leaving your job. You'll have money already in the hole for each one of these things, so it won't hurt you down the road. So you're gonna have to find a side hustle or two. And what I mean by that, you're living your passion, you're doing what you love to do, but it might not be enough in the beginning. You might have to get some things in place to, keep that $93 coming in. You might have to have drive some Uber, drive for Lyft, drive Uber Eats, DoorDash, find a part-time work from home job, be a transcriptionist. All those options. There's a lot of side gigs. There's a lot of apps that have little jobs that you can do. I've recently found Jive, that is JYVE. It's a app where you can go and do some jobs at the grocery store and get paid. So it's a lot of things you can do. It's just making sure you're making the time for it. So set a spending budget. So my husband and I, before I transitioned into leaving my 9 to 5, we were budgeting like crazy. We were already acting like we only have this amount of money and we're going to live off of this amount of money, and we're putting stuff back. So just something you got to think about is, sitting down either with your spouse or your roommates or just yourself and look at the money. Look at where your money is going. Can you cut back on some unnecessary expenses like going on vacation, unnecessary shopping, eating out, and entertainment? That stuff, you might can start cutting that back 10 to 20, even 30%. I've cut mine out almost completely. The only time we do eating out is for special occasion as well as a vacation. That is a few far in between. We only went on one, and that was for our anniversary. So we've cut back on all the other stuff. We do not do any of the fun stuff we used to do, because in the meantime, in between time, it's about growing. It's about building. All the fun stuff can come later. Figuring out your housing expenses, figuring out how much you're spending on housing and things like that, including your rent. Look at that number every month, see what percent that is. Add up all your bills, add up everything. Transportation, you got car payments, gas, insurance. We have 2 car payments, so I understand. You need to add all these numbers up and see what you can do. See if you can get something refinanced. See if you cut back on gas. If you're only working from home, gas will be a little bit better because you don't have to go anywhere. But if you are going to drive for Uber and Lyft and things like that, that's something you're going to have to add into your budget. Savings. Try to get a savings together. I mean, we didn't have much of one, but we had one. But have some type of savings before you decide to leave. It don't have to be $10,000, but I would say at least have some money where you're comfortable and you have enough money to work with that'll at least set you ahead for a couple of months. Debt, credit card loans, student loans, any of that stuff, add up your debt and what you've been paying towards your debt every month and add that up. I have a monthly expense sheet that has all our bills and due dates with confirmation numbers. It has the dates on them. That is something I would share if you decide to be a part of my coaching. So, set SMART goals. Now, a lot of people don't know what a SMART goal is, and so I'm here to break it down for you. So, a SMART goal is a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goal. So, what I mean by that is, okay, so let's start with the S, specific. You have to be very clear of what you want. You have to be very sure of what you want. So what do you want to accomplish? You should be able to just say exactly what it is that you want to accomplish. This is the goal you want to accomplish. Who needs to be included? Is this you? Is this some, you're going to have to do some collaborations? Who's all involved in this goal? When do you want to do this, and why is this your goal? It's breaking down the goal into its specifics of its nitty gritty of what it is that you're trying to achieve and why do you want to achieve this. So that helps you answer the question of the goal. Once you do that, you move on to the M of how you can measure progress and know if you've successfully met your goal. So it has to be a measurable goal. So it's progressive. Can't just be, I want $1 million. That's not a goal. That's a wish. That's a dream. That's a statement. Measurable is setting the progressive to that. So maybe your goal would be, I want to make $2,000 a month in my business for the first 3 months consistently before leaving my 9 to 5. That is a measurable goal. You can track that. You can see I hit the $2,000 a month with my business. You'll be able to look at your numbers and analytics to see if you hit your goal. A, achievable. Make sure your goals are achievable, y'all, attainable. I stress this all the time. I want to make sure everybody is aware. Don't set a goal that's way too big and way too far-fetched. The reason being is this is a good excuse to quit focusing on your goals and leave your goals alone. Prime example, and I hate to use this, but everybody uses. My New Year's resolution is to leave my 9 to 5. I mean, not leave my 9 to 5, is to lose 30 pounds. That's all it is. That their goal is to lose a certain number of weight. Okay, that's fine. That is achievable. But are you setting goals that's attainable? So let's say you've never worked out in a day in your life. How are you planning to lose the 30 pounds if you haven't set the actual plan to break it down smaller? Because right now you're saying you want to lose 30 pounds and you've never lost a pound in 5 years. So what you have to do is, instead of saying you want to lose 30 pounds in the next year, what you do is, that's the goal for the year, but for next week or next month, I need to lose 5 or I need to lose 2. Start small. It's okay to start small, and it's okay if you surpass your goal. That's what keep you motivated, is when you're like, oh my God, I surpassed my goal. I set the goal to be 2 pounds and I hit 5 this month. Then next month you might say, since I hit 5, I want to see if I can hit 6, or I want to hit 4. And you just keep it going. You want it achievable because that gives you small wins and it keeps pushing you to reach the next goal. But if your goal is way on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to just look at that goal and say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be able to make this food over here. This chicken, this fried chicken and this these wings and stuff, it's looking good. So I'm not going to do it. And let's be real, that's true. Relevant. Make sure you know why you're setting this goal. Why are you doing this now? Why is this important for you to set this goal? What's motivating you? Is it aligned with your objectives? Will this goal help you achieve your ultimate goal? Is this aligned with your main goal? Let's say my main goal, is at the end of the year, is to have 20 subscribers. I'm just throwing a number, 20 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I just started my YouTube channel. I'm at 14 subscribers, but let's just keep that at, let's say I want to hit 20 by the end of the year. So why is this aligned with my overall objective? Yes. I want to grow my channel. I want to have more awareness of what I'm doing and how I coach and how I'm different from other coaches. Will this achieve my ultimate goal? Yes. It will achieve my ultimate goal because my ultimate goal is to be able to inspire and motivate thousands of people, if not millions. But right now, my ultimate goal is thousands of people that I personally can touch and get to know and build a relationship with. That's why it's relevant. So think of your goals like that. Why do I want to lose this weight? Am I trying to get back in the dating field? Am I trying to look at myself and feel sexy again? Am I trying to lose this baby weight again? Ask yourself, why are you doing this and what is your motivation? Because once you know your why and why you're pushing yourself to do it, you'll go harder for it because you already know your purpose for doing it. And time bound, all that means is a deadline. You know, set a deadline for each goal, because if you don't have a deadline, you're going to just let your goals define you, because you're not defining your goal. You're not breaking these goals down to the nitty gritty, and you're saying, I want to do all these things, but I have no deadline. So everything should have a deadline. Let's use the weight thing for an example again. So if I said I want to lose 2 pounds, you need to say I want to lose 2 pounds, or I am going to lose 2 pounds by the 30th of October or 31st of October. That is your goal. That's the deadline. You got to hit it. You got to do whatever you got to do to lose those 2 pounds. Cut back on your snacks. Cut back on drinking a soda or something sugary. Drink more water. Eat more greens. Go walking. Go exercising. You will lose the pounds. So you got to make sure your deadline is there and it's realistic. Don't set crazy deadlines and you're pushing yourself, and then you start to not get motivated anymore because you're not setting the deadlines properly. You know what you're capable of. Don't push yourself to the extreme and you quit on yourself. That's the main thing. So set a date and stick with it. So if you know you want to leave the job, you've decided, figure out that last day at your job and figure out what it looks like. Figure out exactly what you plan to do. How do you plan to give notice? When you're going to give notice. Put it on your calendar. Put it in your phone. Put it on a reminder in your phone. Put it on a post note in your car, mirror, vision board, refrigerator, window, whatever. Put it everywhere so you know you're telling your mind, I am leaving this job and I'm going to stick with it no matter how hard it gets, how scary it gets. I'm going to do it. And go ahead and prepare that resignation letter. And you have the date, put it in there, sign, seal, deliver. And so by the time you're ready to give it to them, it's already done and signed off. You know exactly what you're going to say. You're going to present it with them. They ask you why you're leaving. Be honest, but don't be brutal. Because again, yeah, it's a job. You know, you weren't happy at it. You was ready to do your own thing. But at the same time, be thankful you had the job. You learned from them. They groomed you a little bit. You got some knowledge behind you and some background in whatever it is that you were doing on the job. So make sure you tell them thank you. Don't go out with no bang, because I do believe karma is out and alive. So there's no need for you to get ugly. Just let them know how you truly feel and that it's time for you to move on. But tell them thank you and I appreciate everything you've done for me. That's what it's about. Ending the note strong. Leave your mark. Leave your mark on this world, y'all. We are meant to do some great things. You should not be leaving this earth and nobody do not know anything you've done to contribute to this world. Yes, you contributed with a job. You contributed to a job. But when you leave that job or you retire from that job, do you take that job with you? No. You take the education you learn, you take some of the friendships that you've gained, you take that 401k and maybe a pension if you're working at a good company. But you can't just pack that position up and put it behind you and say, come on, account executive, come on, assistant buyer or buyer, this position was mine, nobody else can take it. No, that means you served your time and your purpose. It's time for you to move on to the next thing, but this job is about to be filled with somebody else's shoes. So how can you be remembered doing someone else's job and you're just leaving your footprints there for somebody else to fill those same footprints you left with their own footprints? Just think about that. Again, I'm not trying to tell everybody just leave their jobs today, but I know a lot of people that is trying to figure out ways to supplement their income and to eventually walk away from their 9 to 5. Just think about those things. That's motivation for you guys. You can't take these jobs with you. You're barely going to have a 401k. People in my generation, they already told us we're not going to get Social Security. So what are we really working hard for? What is the deadline? Even if you build your own savings and your own 401k, is that going to be enough for you? Because the jobs only cap you so much. So if they tell you you're only going to make $20 an hour for this whole year, that's the cap. They might pay you for overtime if the company is willing to pay you for overtime, but so many companies now are salary. You can work overtime and you don't see an extra dime of that money. There's a cap on how much you're worth and that position is worth. So think of that. 98% of the population die without fulfilling their dreams. I had to put that in bold, y'all, because it's so true. So much of the population is dead. They're dead before they're truly even dead. They're already dying because they're not fulfilled. They're waiting for Friday. They rather see the weekend before they rather see a weekday. They hate their jobs that much, and they're letting their dreams be put to the side because of what society has told them. Society has told them that they need to work a 9 to 5 to contribute to society, be a worker bee, pay off your bills, build your 401k up. Then after you've dealt with all that misery for 45 years or maybe longer on the job, and you then can enjoy your life. Then you don't have anyone telling you what to do, how to do it, when to go on vacation, how to go on vacation, how long you can go on vacation, when you can be sick, when you can take off for the holiday. That's when you're free after you retire. Do you really want that kind of life? Why can't you build something now and you don't need someone to tell you how to do it? I'm not saying this is easy, y'all, whatsoever. This is hard work. But at the same time, it will be worth your while if you continue to build something for yourself. It will be truly worth your time if you at least try it for some months and build something of your own. And if you're not ready to walk away from your job, put in some work towards your thing and whatever passion you have, and fulfill your purpose and start building and growing your brand as you work your 9 to 5. That's also a great idea. So then when your business is becoming so much for you and it's only so much you can do in a day's work, it might be that's your sign that it's time to move around. And just remember to have fun. Life is so short, y'all. We don't have time to sit here and just be miserable. We're not sure if we want to leave our 9 to 5. We're not sure if we should do our own thing. We're just so worried about bills. We're worried about if things are going to get taken from us. We're so afraid to lose something that's what's going to block us from ever gaining anything, because we're so afraid of losing. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. That's the only way you're going to learn. That's the only way you're going to grow as an individual. You got to go through some things to get through the other side. Like I tell my clients, the road with the pavement that's all pretty, you know what that road leads to. It leads you to the 401k, the retirement age. It's a easy path to take, and it's a road that's taken a lot more, so you know it's not going to be a treacherous journey. So a lot of people go comfortable and they go down that path where the road is simple, it's easy, it's clear, we can see the other side. But there's also that dark road that you don't know what's on the other end of it. It's rocky. You don't know the end of what it looks like. You don't know what your future holds. it's just more of a mystery. It's just like going down a back road when you can be going down the main highway to get to your destination. Instead, you're with people that's wanting to go on the treacherous path. They find it was more worth their time. They enjoyed themselves. It was a lot of hard work. They appreciated at the end what they went through. So I just want you guys to understand that you can have the life that you want. It's just up to you if you want that life. So I have something that I want to share with you guys, since y'all went through this coaching course with me and took the time out to listen to me. So for completing this course, you will receive my monthly bill spreadsheet for free. All you got to do is show me that you were part of this course, you went through the course, and send me an email. I will send you this spreadsheet for free. At the other part of it, the monthly bills sheet will help you keep track of all your expenses and their due dates. It helps you become disciplined. It's one of my main components that should be had before leaving your 9 to 5, because it can truly keep up with all your expenses. You can see which ones is worth it, which ones you can maybe cut out and say, I'll cancel it for now. Once I get my things together, I'll add it back. It's a good, clear snapshot of what you're spending a month on your bills. So I'm only going to offer these special offers. So if you want to get a step ahead on planning your exit strategy, you can receive my hustle worksheet, goal setting sheet, and my ebook, Mastermind Your Success, for only $7. And I'll put the link in how you can get all this stuff and how you can be a part of this and purchase this stuff. So that is what you can do if you just want access to the sheets and ebook. You're ready to take this course to a higher level and you want to actually plan an exit strategy soon. I do a 2-week crash course on leaving your 9 to 5 and crush it for only $47. It includes the hustle worksheet, the goal setting sheet, my ebook. All this includes the monthly expense sheet, and you get a boss up t-shirt because you're deciding to boss up and you're ready to take this to the next level. It is a group course that will be done 4 days a week for the 2 weeks. So that's 8 days. And if you miss it, you'll just have to get the replay and do your homework. But it's just breaking everything down that I discussed into finer details. I will work with you based on your needs if you want to, but we have 8 days to make it happen. So these offers are for a limited time, people. Grab them while you still can. I only offer this a few times a year. So especially at this price. So if you are interested in it, let me know and I will gladly get you hooked up and we will get you set up. Okay? So that's it, you guys. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I appreciate it. I have my website. You can go on my website, check it out. It's coachkira.com. You can send me an email at youcandothis@gmail.com. Well, you can do this 008@gmail.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at I am Coach Kira. And you can also like my page on Facebook as I am Coach Kira. It's under You Can Do This. So I appreciate you guys taking the time. I hope I've inspired some of you guys to think about leaving your 9 to 5 or at least build your own brand while you have a job. That's my goal, is to see if I can help any of you guys do this. So at the end of the day, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I'm talking to a few of you guys sometime soon. So again, here's my information, and I hope to talk to you real soon.